Hello again, and welcome back to what should be part 11 of my series, Preseason 2 patch for Fellowship, playing Elarion for the first time. Contender to Eternal, and trying to do the Cithral's Fall Paragon Capstone. I did get one piece of gear off stream, a pretty good one. The Sin Binding Stone dropped for me in a dungeon. I have done a couple of runs of the capstone, I suppose, already. Finding groups for this has been a bit challenging. And the difficulty here definitely goes up. This dungeon does have the advanced mechanics in it at this point in the game. And the DPS timer here is it seems to be a little bit tighter than maybe some of the other people would expect. I think partially because it seems like the haste buff that you're getting in this patch for sort of these lower dungeons is gone here. So because of that, it's sort of a big increase, I guess, in difficulty and in the DPS check for the dungeon. But I did ask in chat for a group, and this group, I guess, grabbed me. So we'll see. My gear is lower than the rest of the group, it looks like, but not a huge deal. These corruptors are really nasty. Could have probably used my weapon at a different time, but that's okay. Oh. My rotation here was pretty sort of ugly. Okay, we don't have Dispel, I guess, for the dot that comes off that those things do, but we've got this, the new sort of, I don't know, maybe OP healer where we just get stagger damage instead, and then we've got time to heal up, so we are fine. I guess I shouldn't have used my haste buff just because you really do want to combine that with your ult, I guess. Which I just sort of noticed because you're getting, should have held that charge there as well. Because you're getting CDR that gets reduced based on your haste, so using my haste buff in conjunction with my ult is, having even sort of a multiplier effect on things, it sort of seems like. Just want to kill this corruptor, kind of. Alright, we've got this golem here. Use my weapon. I guess I'm going to hold my ult until my haste thing comes up again. Maybe. And yeah, probably playing this bad. But yeah, I'm just feeling kind of like damage focused in this place because I think just meeting the damage check on this place seems to be the biggest thing, and I guess playing bad isn't necessarily helping my damage, but I just kind of feel like as long as I keep pushing buttons as much as possible, we'll probably be okay.
Gaze upon eternity.
There's a pack coming in over there. Guess I should switch over to this golem now. I've got another barrage. I've got this. I'll use this. I'll use this. Ooh, don't want to pull the boss.
I've seen my victory.
Take the drain life. Drain life is really nasty. Although it seems like it's been, you know, tuned down a good bit here, maybe.
The feast begins.
Could have probably thrown a different arrow there. That's okay.
Shadows protect me.
Retreat to retain existence.
So as Elarion, I'll stay back here and try to do the orbs on this boss, I guess, basically. I lost my empowered thing there. It's not so great. Try to get out of that when they're trying to blow up the orbs, I guess.
They strike at darkness.
Ooh.
Time is over.
My purposes transcends your ambitions.
Could have maybe held on to that a little bit longer, but
Reverberation commences your doom.
waiting for my ult to come up here. Pop my haste buff, I guess. Should be up here in just a second.
Annihilate the human wrath.
Alright.
Purposes transcends your
There's my ult. Maybe should have held off a little bit more there even, but
Time in my hand.
ooh.
reverberation commences your doom.
Your time.
This orb seems like faster or something. I don't really know what's going on. Use my personal here. I'm gonna send Binding Stone too.
Let the shadows be.
Annihilate the human wrath.
I've seen my victory.
And the orbs that you're kiting are pulsing damage, so you kind of want to stay out of the pulse if you can. I'd say it doesn't hit super hard, so...
Purposes transcends your ambitions. Integrity of barrier.
Alright, yeah, we had plenty of damage for that, so... Didn't stay alive as long as in a couple previous attempts. Previous attempts I had, I think people got caught off guard by what the DPS check is in this place, or just how long stuff is taking. The advanced mechanics come in, people aren't familiar with some of the stuff. And so I've had a couple runs where people just kind of like pretty quickly seem to give up and just go like, oh, I don't think we're going to make the timer. I think we need more gear or something like that. So, yeah. Guess I can use my haste buff here. Again, I don't really know enough about some of the timings of this place or what we're going to pull to have a great sense of when I should be using everything. But, you know, I think basically as long as I kind of push buttons, try to use stuff more or less on CD, that it'll probably be okay.
Twilight watches over.
I'm gonna use my personal here a little. Probably used it too soon, I guess, just because it seems like we're taking some pretty big damage when these die.
Darkness protects me.
Like there, we'd be like dead if we didn't have this healer, so okay. But it's nice that we do, so. Oh, stealth, okay. I don't mess this up. It did get messed up a little, I think. We got a corruptor. Okay, kick this in.
Not this one.
Alright, I don't have kick because I just used it to bring this in. Ooh, and we've got this guy with the barrier or whatever. Okay. I guess I should wait until I get my haste buff up, probably, to... Guess I'll use my arrow there. Kick that. Hopefully someone else will get this corruptor when it casts again. Uh-oh. Nope. Okay. Yes. Sort of. Now that the Sentinel's down, I guess I feel like I can probably pick one of these other targets to focus on a little bit. Okay. Got my empowered thing here if we pull quickly enough. Did not.
Gaze upon the void between stars.
Your time is over.
Pick that. Okay. We'll do this full too. A lot of these little shardlings or whatever. A Sin Binding Stone. Ah, should have used my Heartseeker Barrage before I used that charge there. Yeah, I'm just maybe going a little bit too fast. I could probably benefit from slowing down a little bit and trying to use my abilities in the right order, I guess. That's okay. Just excited to get this done. Feel like this group's gonna do it. Maybe not. 13 minutes left.
I've seen my
Oh yeah, there's gonna be orbs coming here. And I could potentially get stunned, so I need to watch out for that. Okay, there's an orb. There's a trash pack back here too. I've got to be a little worried about that as well. Once this scholar dies, we're golden. Alright, it is dead. So now we're fine, I think. Does look like my rolling cancels my channel. Unlike maybe some of the other abilities that we have, but that's fine. Alright, we can get this campfire, I guess.
Let the shadows feed. My victory.
My ult just came up. Just trying to decide if I want to use it or whatever. I think I want to wait for haste buff again, because as I was talking about, that's a pretty big increase, I think, on my ultimate ability. Guess I'm line of sighted by this pillar here. Alright, barrage, use this, put this up, reuse this, I guess. Drop some of these. Okay. This next pack here is kind of annoying, the double scholars, so... Yeah, I don't know, sure, let's go ahead and ultimate here. Alright, there's the double orbs coming.
Not this time.
And they're trying to move up here to give me
Time is over.
room to kite the orbs, I guess, further, which is nice.
Your time.
Oh, terrain. Alright, here's the other orb. So... just want to kill this thing. Alright, they're dead. Alright, that's it. That's the only tricky part. Double scholar. Once they die. Pretty academic from there, so... probably didn't play that great. Again, I'm kind of getting used to doing that particular job on Elarion, which is kind of what you should do.
This terrace is already
It's not that it's
drenched in the
particularly
blood of the
hard, but
unworthy.
yeah, just not used to being the one to do that kind of every time. Guess I'll use my weapon.
I've seen my victory.
Enough!
Cold-blooded twist. Okay.
They strike at shadows.
She throws out traps. You want to be on the lookout for that.
There is nowhere to hide! Twilight shroud.
Sound effect they make can be a little bit hard to hear or see or whatever, and then
Eldrin, prove your
here's sort of
loyalty.
the group damage part of the fight, I guess.
Enough!
Shadows feed.
Good here to get a bunch of ricochet shots off, I guess, while these ads are up. Pick that barrier.
At shadows. Your time.
Enough!
And you want to watch out for the traps when you're moving around for the twist that she does.
There is nowhere to hide.
And use my defensive on this ability. Use my weapon, I guess. Alright, I guess it's looking like sort of an okay time to ult, so I'll do that.
Darkness protects me.
Using some arrows here to get this back.
I've seen life.
Enough! There is nowhere to hide.
Guess I'm not quite fast enough to sort of outrun that, which is a little bit good to know, I guess. Guess I should use my Sin Binding Stone.
Prove your loyalty.
Alright,
I may fall.
626 left.
Will command
We're done
death.
with enemy forces.
He will reign
Is that intentional?
again.
I guess this is intentional, okay. So we're jumping over the bridge here to, I guess, make use of some campfire that we... Oh, shit. I just messed up. GG. I don't know if it's GG, but maybe. Die? I mean, I don't know. Okay, sure. So I really need to go through that thing to not pull those. Okay. Now where? What are we doing? Port? Okay, we're skipping all that trash. Alright, cool. CD at 50%. Okay, I should have used my weapon here to start before I just blew all that stuff, but I guess I'll use it now. Probably not even good.
They strike.
Kind of not good there to start your channel when it's about to pull you in, because it's going to cancel your channel every time. But
Darkness shields me. Darkness shields me.
You stand before annihilation.
returning. Protect me.
May the protect us all. Twilight
So
watches
personal
over.
there.
Your time.
All right, got it. 158 left. Yep. All right, so that's it. So we should be in Eternal now, I guess. Yeah, kind of outgeared there. I don't think. I don't know. I guess I want to look at the overall. I mean, I don't think I played great, but good enough. Does feel a little bit like you're sort of playing in mud again. No haste buff there. What did we wind up doing it at? For me, item level 212. It could have got it done a little earlier, but yeah, and we're getting legs and a neck. This is Eternal gear that drops from here when you do it, so has a chance to be best in slot gear, so not a terrible idea to, I don't know, run it a couple times if you want to, or even if you're just trying to get it down, it's still definitely worth just completing the dungeon. Like, it's worth completing most of the dungeons in the game once you've invested some time in them, unless your group is really, really struggling or something, so yeah. All right, so we're gonna get a bunch of stuff here. Let's see what we've got. Right, we just picked up this neck and legs. So legs, we currently have a 225 with the socket. I don't know, is that better than this? It might be, but I don't know. It's 30 item levels. I'm gonna throw the legs on for now, and a neck 255. That's fine. Let's take this socket out of these legs at the jeweler. And let's check out our rewards. So we get a mount for timing that. And then, yes, up here, we get gold and we get a random item level 300 legendary in case you have not had a legendary drop for you through going through. I mean, I don't know when they can start dropping. I believe they can start dropping in Champion. They can definitely drop in Paragon. If you haven't gotten one yet, then you're going to get a random item level 300 one. I may have mentioned this before, but again, item level 300 legendary, it cannot be best in slot because the best in slot legendaries, they all just drop at item level 330. So this is just kind of their way of assuaging complaints from people who are like, oh no, bad RNG, I don't even have a legendary yet. That's the problem with my character. Well, now you at least get one. Just for getting into Eternal. And eventually, you will get an item level 331 to drop, and you will replace this. In my opinion, I think the legendary drop rate is very high. Maybe too high. You know, if you know what you want, then you can use your crafting materials to reroll items until you get it. You know, eventually, if you play enough, there's nothing else you can do with the legendaries, unless they change something, which I don't think they did, and I didn't see anything in the patch notes about it, but, you know, eventually, if you play enough, you'll wind up probably getting multiple copies of, like, all of your item level 330 legendaries, and the only thing to do with the extras is just scrap them. It would be nice if they made the, maybe the new material that you can use to craft your epic sockets be something that when you scrap a legendary you get, but I don't know. So anyhow, we just got some kind of legendary sabatons. I don't even know that I know what sabatons are. Let's see. Ah, those are boots. Well, this is nice because that's our worst piece, item level 135 boots. So I will happily take these off and throw on this legendary item. That puts up to item level 230. The cap in the game is 330. And I don't know, I haven't seen this one, so the duration of my Starfall Volley, which is my AoE circle thing here, is increased by 2 seconds. And then while it's active, its duration is increased by half a second every time you cast multi-shot. So this is sort of, I guess, changing your rotation, or I mean, to some extent, it doesn't necessarily feel like Elarion has, in some sense, sort of a rotation. It's kind of more of like a priority list. So this ability basically makes you want to stack up your multi-shot charges that you're generating and not spend them until you Starfall Volley, I guess. So that's something to keep track of, I suppose. I don't think this is the best legendary for Elarion, but whatever. Still legendary, pretty good. And then all of the legendaries have a 100% essence bonus that comes on them. So your gem power in that socket is increased by 100%, which makes them pretty valuable. So for now, then, just because I don't want to spend any resources on anything, let me go ahead and pop my biggest gem off and put that in there, since it's getting the 100% bonus. And so normally this would be worth 240 gem power. It's worth 480 to me, which gives me, I don't know, 3 ranks of this green gem. And then, yeah, take it with a grain of salt again, kind of early in the patch, don't know, but I was kind of trying to look around and see what it seems like people are maybe thinking the best gems for Elarion are in the patch, and it looks like people might be gravitating towards this blue gem area, which I'm not too familiar with. I think it might have something to do with Spirit. They changed how, I guess, your... Let's see, we can look here. So when you have Spirit now... I mean, I think it's always had this, but they changed something about this with Elarion. So occasionally, like, the higher our Spirit rating gets, the greater the chances to trigger a Spirit refund whenever we use an ability that costs us focus to cast, which causes us to refund any of the focus that we spent casting it, so we get our focus back. And then each time we trigger the Spirit refund, we get a Spirit point that sort of charges up our ultimate, whatever. But we also, this is the big thing for Elarion, we apply 5 stacks of Lunar Light Mark to the target, plus 2 stacks to up to 2 additional nearby enemies. And the Lunar Light Mark is this thing. So we get additional chances to deal Lunar Light Salvo to them. So on other heroes, the other 2 ranged heroes like Rhyme and Artios, I think, when they get their Spirit refund, they get more of their resource, their orbs back. I mean, I guess you're still getting that as Elarion, but now you're also getting this just free, basically just free damage on a couple of mobs. So that's pretty nice. So I don't know. Maybe it makes Spirit the best sort of one of the best stats on Elarion. And so yeah, the blue gem does have to do with Spirit, I guess. So the first rank, you get Spirit points increased by 10, and when you ultimate, you get a basic stat boost. And then the second rank gives you stamina and Spirit, and then for every 10 health you're missing, all damage that you take is reduced by 1%. These usually kind of go like offensive, defensive, you know, like a good combination of offensive and defensive stats, but there are some ranks of all these gems. Like rank 3, I think for every single one is like kind of just all defensive based. There's nothing sort of offensive about it. But then we get 3% Spirit, then we get the cost of my Spirit ability, so my ultimate is reduced by 5%, and the duration of my ultimate is increased by 6 seconds. Okay. Increase our maximum Spirit points, and then... So this is just the second rank of one that we already have, increasing our Spirit points and our base stats when we ultimate. Then the second rank of this, which just gives you, again, stamina and Spirit. Then another rank of this, where we're taking even more reduced damage for every 10% health we're missing. Then another rank of whatever this is, where now we're getting 9% Spirit. And then the final thing So I guess another rank of reducing the spirit cost of your ultimate and increasing the time that your ultimate is up. Interesting. So, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure at this point in the game what are the best sort of gems to start with. Like, I mean, when you're first coming into it, like, maybe haste is worth more or something like that. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll throw a blue gem into these risks for now, I guess. And that's it. Now we're in Eternal. I guess I could talk about it here, but I'm going to go ahead and make a quick sort of like second video about just like gearing for Eternal, I guess, because I think that there are some things that are maybe a little bit important to know. So look for that one next, I guess, if you're interested. I'll keep it in this same series of Contender to Eternal. And that way, if you have some questions about what to do when you start Eternal, at least based on my opinion, you can see that there. So thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you've been enjoying the content. And yeah, we are, let's make sure. Yes, we are in Eternal, which also they changed. This is new for the patch a little bit, so you can solo queue up for different tiers as you unlock them. And now you get a shard, I think, for timing some Eternal dungeon. So now to move on to the next rank of Eternal. Like right now we're in tier 1, so we could queue for an Eternal 1 to 4. If we wanted to be able to queue for tier 2 and Eternal 5 to 9, it looks like maybe we need to just time 2 Eternal 1 dungeons. They might have to be separate dungeons. Or maybe they could be the same one, but either way, we need to get 2 of these, like, shards, I guess, to move up, so yeah. Alright, so yeah, next video we'll talk about gearing for Eternals. See you then. Bye.